No, I have never heard of Agile Warrior F-111X myself either. Nevertheless, we will play this game and we will find out together. Developed by Black Ops Entertainment. I remember them. I think they were on one of the James Bond games. Maybe both. The PS1 ones I'm talking about there, World Is Not Enough and Tomorrow Never Dies. I think it's fair to say it's quite clearly a flight combat game. It's one I've never even heard of. From what I can tell, it was released in 1995, so quite an early game. I'm enjoying this little cutscene here very much. A bit of full motion video, very Command and Conquer looking at it, these cinematics.
Good evening, gentlemen. 2200
Let's
hours. Drug cartel
observe our mission briefing.
Space launch facility in French Guiana. They plan to launch their own surveillance satellite.
I do miss this type of introduction to games. I really do. Very much of its time, not something you see much anymore. Okay, so we have to take out the radar sites and
all surrounding fuel tanks.
Sure, what else?
These will be guarded by Mirage aircraft. Third, destroy the Ariane rocket on the pad. Defenses of the Eurofighter and ground-launched Stingers. Radar sites are crucial. Once you've cleared them, we'll send in a B-1 and F-15 air support. Make sure
I've just
you get
never heard of this, ever.
The countdown's already started, so let's get out there.
At the very least, I've expected, even on the games where I've never heard of this. I mean, I might have heard the name, potentially, but just never played it or known anything about it. This I have full on never heard of ever in my life. Okay, here we go. Well, hello, beautiful. It's a bit of a come down from the last air combat game that I played on the PS1, which was Ace Combat 2. Granted, it's a little bit older. This is a 1995 release, so it's early into the PS1's life cycle, but yeah, I mean, talk about bare bones. I've tried multiple buttons here. I've got a map. It doesn't appear like I can go outside of the cockpit view. Look at the sun. Wow. It's very basic, isn't it? The popping is mental. Look at that. Okay, so gonna blow up the enemy helicopters and tanks. It's quite fun diving to try and attack. Quite enjoy that. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's certainly not on the same level or pedigree as the other flight combat games I've played on my channel so far, like I say, Ace Combat 2, Aero Wings and Aero Wings 2 on the Sega Dreamcast as well recently. They were very good in their own way. It just doesn't have much to it. The environment is so bland. It's just one sort of 2x2 texture of a sand colour spread out across the whole environment, and then a little bit of a blue colour dropped in the middle to act as some form of river. I've never seen a game so lacking in atmosphere and a place showing what it is. Like, I couldn't even tell you what I'm looking at, really. Like I say, PS1 graphically, it's not held up particularly well. I'm not going to be harsh purely to Agile Warrior. Can I just say the only good thing about this game is its name, about it with its graphics, because that's just kind of par for the course with the system. But the gameplay is also pretty rubbish. And one note, it just seems to be this. I think we're seeing the entirety of the game. Oh, my armour is low, apparently. Fair enough. I do quite enjoy blowing up the tanks when you're swooping down. I know I've said that twice, but that's quite fun, to give it its due. But the game itself... no. Do I not like that, to quote Graham Taylor. Not had a run of games to enjoy recently on the PlayStation 1, I have to say. First I had to experience Actua Soccer, then Adidas Power Soccer, now Agile Warrior. A couple of games in between I couldn't find good ROMs of to play. I mean, I own Agile Warrior, what are you talking about? Yeah, I couldn't find Agent Armstrong, and there was another one, sadly, to give a go to. So we went to Agile Warrior next. Agent Armstrong's a bit of a shame I've not played that one, because I did it once upon a time, rent it from Blockbuster in Burnley, and I quite enjoyed it. Game over. Well, there we go. Black Ops Entertainment special again, this one, by the looks of it. I've just looked on Wikipedia. Agile Warrior was actually Black Ops' first game, so it must have been the sterling job they did on this that got them the gig of following up GoldenEye with Tomorrow Never Dies. Wow. What was the last game they did? Street Ball on PS2 in 2006.
This is the impoverished totalitarian
Interesting.
state of Burma.
Another mission briefing. We're going to Burma this time. But I'll give the one credit to this game. I do enjoy these little introduction sequences. I've always liked the storyline being presented in this manner on various games. I used to love it on Command and Conquer. So I think that's you know, something to give credit to it with would be that. We've got a train on this one.
Expect ZSUs and Havoc helicopters. Third, sink all speedboats waiting at the
apparently as well on the Wikipedia, this game did only have 6 missions. So I've played 1/6 of the game, and I'm about to play 2/6 of the game. My dog is barking because she also does not enjoy Agile Warrior. Clearly. Again, it's basically the same environment, but with a green floor. I like how when I shoot a tree, it's immediately on fire though. That's quite fun, I have to say. What's that in the distance? I don't know what that was, but it disappeared. I don't like to be overly harsh. It's very rude of me, I must say. Again, I always bring up the same thing. Someone somewhere in the world, God bless them, this is their favourite game from when they were a kid. This is the game someone will have got somewhere in the world with their PlayStation 1 and thoroughly enjoyed. And I always try to bear that in mind. Just because it's not to my taste and I have no sentimental attachment to it, doesn't necessarily mean it's an absolutely terrible game. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think it is. I do not think Agile Warrior F-111X, I believe, to give it its full name, if I'm pronouncing the acronym correctly, is a good game, I'm afraid. yeah, it's just poor. One interesting side note I've just discovered looking at its developer, it was produced by Rob Alvey. Anyone who knows who that is or wants to know? He runs the Theme Park Review YouTube channel. He's a massive roller coaster enthusiast. What a very strange side note to end the video on. There we go, that's Agile Warrior F-111X on the PlayStation 1.